Welcome everyone. Thank you for clicking on the video. If you are starting Elden Ring, talismans will play an important role in your progress. Talismans are items that you can equip to give your character active or passive buffs. There are some talismans that can help you when you are starting out. I will show you the location and the effects of these talismans that can help at the beginning of the game. The first talisman that you should get is the Green Turtle Talisman. Here is the route we will be taking to get to the talisman. I will also show the route in game. Don't worry, I will speed it up to save time. There are some important points of interest that I will just point out when we are riding towards Summon Water. From the gate front side of Grace, follow the road towards the west. You will see some enemies and a troll that will jump down. No need to engage with them, you can simply run across through all of this. Keep following the road and turn right with it, you will see a golden tree. Pick up the seed if you haven't yet. Ignore the falling wolves and run past them. Make a right turn here. This is the Stormhill Shack. If you haven't visited it yet, do visit it and complete the dialogue with the NPC here. There is also a site of grace that you can light. Keep following the road east and ignore all the enemies. Slowing the footage down. We are coming up on the War Master's Shack. You will find Knight Bernail here, whose quest will continue in Volcano Manor. If you come here at midnight, you can also find the bell-bearing hunter at the shack. Slowing the footage again, we are coming up to the hill where you can find Alexander stuck in the ground for his first interaction. Also make sure you get the site of grace before the bridge. Ignore the Pumpkinhead, he is too slow and too busy to attack, just sprint through on Torrent. Keep following the road east until you come across the Summon Water Village outskirts site of grace. It is important that you light this grace. The reason why it's important is because this will open up another route to Caelid, other than the Church of Marika teleporter. From the grace you've just discovered, head east. As in literally look at the compass above and head east. This is for two reasons. Number one is that there is a Tibia Mariner boss here, but they are usually easy to both fight and avoid. The route to the east can help you avoid it. And number two, Summon Water Village is like a maze. Even I got a bit lost when recording this video. The simplest solution then is to directly head east and get off on the last ruin where you will see two turtles and a Stone's Word Key statue. You can get the Stone's Word Key from the twin maiden husks at the Round Table Hold. You can also get it from some of the merchants peppered around in the world. And there you have it. The Green Turtle Talisman. This will help you in the early stages of the game, especially if you are a melee build. Just a reminder, the Green Turtle Talisman increases stamina regeneration by 8 points. Winged Sword Insignia is the second talisman. It increases damage with consecutive strikes. Here is how the route looks on the map. I will just show you the in-game route too. Follow the road leading from the lake facing Cliff's site of grace towards the southwest. Keep following the road till the point that the road turns towards the right. You will come across an enemy encampment. No need to enter the camp, just pass by it on the right side and jump down till you are in the lake. Once you are down at the lake, stick to the right side and keep going until you see some rocks coming out of the lake and a lobster. Cross it and on your right you will see the entrance to the still water cave. Yes, I went from Raptor's black feathers to the bull goat armor. Not that I needed to change it, but I realized I didn't get the right footage and had to capture it again. We are in the still water cave now. The first thing to do is light the site of grace. From here just follow the route I took. There is no need to fight any enemies on your way to the boss room. And it's very important that you do not roll in the poison water like I did. Doing that will just speed up the poison build-up. It's better to just run and avoid taking any damage. The flowers are the only real enemy before the boss, as their spray increases poison build-up. The other enemies here are really slow and don't matter much, simply because you can outrun their attacks. So this cave is kinda tough and might not be super beginner friendly, but you can easily skip all the enemies in here. For the poison build-up, if you have the points, you can use Flame Cleanse Me, that is found in the fire camp in Liurnia close to the Church of Vows. I will post a video about it too. Well, these guys are super easy to sprint through. So the boss here is a clean rot knight. They are tough at the beginner level. If you have a melee build and have the turtle talisman equipped, the best strategy to deal with them is to keep rolling into their attacks and striking them. It will take time, but you will eventually get it. There is a stake of Marika here as well, so take a few tries to get the timings down of the knight's attacks. Again, roll into their attack and do 1 or 2 attacks. With the turtle talisman equipped, stamina wouldn't be that much of an issue. Also try to avoid the poison water. You can find solid ground at the opposite end of the boss arena. And there it is, the winged sword Insignia. If you look at most melee builds on YouTube, almost all the time people equip the rotten winged sword Insignia, simply because it increases the damage output with successive strikes. This talisman is the lighter version of it, but if you are doing a melee build character, it will help you a lot. For the next 3 talismans we will have to go to Caelid. I will just show you the map route and the in-game route for it. This video has chapters. If you already know where the church is, feel free to skip this part. The route is simple, from the Aegil Lake north side of Grace, which is south of Gatefront Ruins. We will just follow the road south towards the bridge. Once we see the road splitting, we will take the left side and follow the road towards until we reach the third church of Marika. I'm gonna speed up the footage here so it doesn't consume much of your time. If you come to this bridge in the night time, you can find a Knight's Cavalry Knight here. He drops the repeating thrust Ash of War, which you can use with the winged sword Insignia to boost its damage further. Also, if you go right, you can find the Forlorn Hound Evergoal, where you can find the Bloodhound's Fang. I'll add the link to that in the description. Again, the route is very simple. Take a left from the bridge and keep following the road. You will come across enemies, but if you are on Torrent, you can easily skip all of them. Now you are at the third church of Marika. If this is your first time here, you will also get your flask of wondrous physic here. Just follow my character to go to the teleporter. I've also marked its location on the map so it's easier. It's on the northeastern side of the church. Once you go through the teleporter, you will end up at Grail's Dragon Barrow. That's the general area in Caelid. The building that you appear in is the Bestial Sanctum. Now that you are at the Sanctum, the third talisman is right below, but you will have to do some tricky platforming. Don't worry, inside the Sanctum there is a site of grace that you can light in case you fall off. So this is going to be tricky, but believe me, if I can do it, I am certain you guys can do it quite easily. It is basically just jumping down to the closest ledge. That's pretty much it. But it will be frustrating and you might die a few times, but the talisman is worth it. If you lose any runes, I will just show you how you can get them back in a bit and maybe even make more. I'm not going to speed up this part of the video because you might miss a ledge or two that I used to get down. Okay, this might take a long time, so might as well speed it up. As I said, you guys can easily do this. Oh yeah, one quick tip. These bats are super annoying. Whenever you see them and you have some room, get off of Torrent and kill them. You don't want them killing you or worse, breaking your platforming rhythm. Again, this is not a time trial. You are under no obligation to do this fast. Make sure you look around to spot the closest ledge you can land onto. The gallery on the left side has a corpse with the Cicada dagger. The only good thing about it is that it has the quick step Ash of War that can come in handy, so make sure to pick it up. And right there on a corpse you loot the Dragoncrest Shield +1 talisman. This will help you take 13% less physical damage. The fourth talisman we are going to get is the Golden Scarab that boosts rune acquisition by 20%. To get to the abandoned cave where you will find the Golden Scarab, you need to go eastwards from the Smoldering Wall site of Grace. Keep following the wall and slightly run towards the right until you come across the cliff edge. Just see the ledges from there and jump across to the entrance of the abandoned cave. The route is quite visible, and in the end you will just need to make a double jump on Torrent to get to the entrance. Run straight into the cave to reach the Grace. This time I will go back to the Raptor Black Feathers armor. Just like the Winged Insignia cave, you can reach the boss room of this cave without taking a hit. You just need to know where you are going. This cave has scarlet rot instead of poison, but there are some areas within it where you can also get poison. When you first come here you feel that Abductor Virgin is active, but thankfully, and I really mean thankfully, that's not the case. Also, you can use Preserving Boluses to clear and remove scarlet rot buildup. You can find them in the world or buy them from some of the merchants. The closest merchant to have stock would be the Nomadic Merchant near the Caelid Highway north side of Grace. If you have the green turtle talisman slotted, sprinting won't be that much of an issue in the cave. Also, you do not need to stand and fight any of the enemies. They are either too slow or have ranged attacks that you can easily outrun. Just manage your stamina and lift the sprint button every now and then when you have a clearing. So the enemies ahead are two clean rot knights. The good thing is that they do not appear together. There is some delay before the second one arrives. This is in no way an easy fight. These guys will do damage, again like the winged Insignia knight. You need to see their attack patterns and find openings to attack them. Not an easy fight, but give it a few tries and you would be able to get through them. The trick is to finish the first one off before the second one appears, but it's easier said than done. Also, try not to stand in the scarlet rot water. You don't need to worry about that build-up. There is some clear land in the boss arena where you can fight from. And that's it, now you have the golden scarab. Equipping it would grant you 20% more runes. I saved the best one for last. Radagon's Sorseal. This talisman adds 5 levels to your vigor, endurance, strength and dexterity. To get to where the Sorseal is located, we are going to start from the Bestial Sanctum, the same place we came to, through the teleporter for the Dragoncrest shield. If the grace is not showing for you, you can just use the teleporter to get back here. Right at the end of the staircase there will be Gargoyle. You can easily sprint past him on Torrent. Do not stay and just sprint. Keep going southeast until you come across this bridge. There is a site of grace on the left side that you should also light, just in case the dragon ahead becomes too antsy. Okay, just to show you guys that this can be done, I am going to pass through the dragon's legs. When I started playing Elden Ring, I saw a video on YouTube where the guy did the same thing and passed through the dragon's legs. That helped me realize that it can be done without taking a hit or getting into a fight with the dragon. Hope it does the same for you. After you have crossed the bridge, keep following the road heading west. Make sure once you see lightning you start steering towards the left side. This is just a faster and safer route, and you skip some of the enemies and a couple of smaller dragons. Don't worry about the lightning, I have never seen anyone get stuck by it. Head towards the jars on the left side. They are our friends, at least in the base game. They become super creepy super fast in the DLC. Keep going straight and then turn towards the right side. You will see a spirit spring. This will help you jump straight to 4th Ferrith. I really like these spirit spring jumps. Head south from here towards the fort that you see ahead of you. There will be no enemies outside it, just a big farmable dragon that won't attack you. That right there is the farmable dragon. However, when you are farming it, make sure you don't kill it completely. The moment it starts to move, you need to summon Torrent and sprint towards the grace and rest. This will get you the runes, and you can rinse and repeat this as many times as you want. Yes, that's another armor change. I can't seem to record and file the footage properly. Hopefully I will get better at it. The fort is infested by deadly bats and spectral soldiers, so make sure you are not carrying any runes when coming here. I will also advise not to cheese these birds by luring them out and attacking them. That doesn't work either. The most effective tactic available here is to run, and when climbing the ladder make sure you press the sprint button. You can also find 1/2 of the Dectus medallion here, so make sure you get that too. Also, when I first got the Sorseal, I just got it and died. I do not know how to get out of this place alive, so I will suggest the same to you. Get the Sorseal and die. You will spawn at the grace and then you can farm the dragon. If you are having trouble getting through the bats or the rats ahead, you can use the beast repellent torch. You can buy it off from the isolated merchant in the far east corner of Caelid. Once you have climbed up, just remember this: you have to go in through the second opening. Skip the first one. Be ready to panic roll through the giant rat hiding in the corner. That's it. That's the best starting talisman you can use. The only downside is that you will take 15% more damage, but you can negate it by also equipping the Dragoncrest Great Shield. Also, these talismans are not in any order. I would suggest you get Radagon Sorseal first, farm the dragon a few times and then level up to get the golden Scarab talisman. That's it, thank you for watching the video. You can watch more Elden Ring videos by clicking the videos on the screen and subscribe for more dumb ways to game.